What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
OD
Podcast.
Podcast. Period. Hello, strangers.
Let's talk about how you can't do shit for a bitch. Yeah.
Oh my God, I saw one of my friends from school, from high school, Kristen. I actually saw her recently, and I know she used to love when you said that.
Hey, girl, if you're listening,
She
I'll still be
definitely
saying
listening.
it. Let me tell you something. Azalea Banks is demented, but she has some of the best reads. I mean, can you call them reads? Because she be really dragging people.
I can't lie. I don't even. I never really see what she posts unless a blog posts it.
I don't necessarily follow her, but anytime something happens, I definitely go straight to her page. Like
Oh my
I
God.
used to do that to Kaya, but I think that Kaya content got old for me real quick just because it's like it's like, okay, so you just dislike everybody in the industry.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know
a
what I'm saying?
miserable life.
So I
People
mean,
get
kind
tired of
of.
being upset.
But that's why I kind of compare her to Azalea Banks because I feel like Azalea Banks don't like nobody in the industry. She uses them at their expenses. Like she hates Cardi, but then she loves her in the same breath. Like she'd be like, "Girl, let's make music." Da da da. She did that with Nicki Minaj. She did that with so many different people. Pharrell, she's did it with the shit with Pharrell was insane because I used to love that song. But she calls Pharrell Jimmy the Cricket. She said he looked like Jimmy the Cricket, child. She's
That's not
crazy.
funny. That's not funny.
It's not, but it's very anti-black. But
Auntie Block.
and we got that from
Auntie
her as
Block.
well.
Oh, really? You right. Oh my God.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we
I
haven't recorded in so long, y'all. So we
we
have a
have it.
lot to talk
Let's
about.
get
So
straight
please
to the
bear with
episode.
us. Please bear with us.
We have a long list. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the black business of the week. All right. So the black business of the week is my cousin Aurielle Marie. You might have seen her on your timelines recently because Lizzo let her wear her dress to an award show.
What's up?
What's up? Ariel is also the same cousin whose wedding I went to in Savannah several weeks ago. But my cousin is a full-time writer. This is what she does, is what she's always done. And I'm so happy that she's always gotten really big visibility. She has a huge Twitter platform. Instagram, she has a lot of followers, but it's not Instagram isn't really the place to be vocal if you're a vocal person. It's kind of harder to do that.
Yeah,
So she tends to make a lot of stories and stuff like that, but she really thrives on Twitter. That's where her platform is at. But dang, she got 11,000 Instagram followers now. She had like 4,000 before but anyway, okay, let me just give y'all a background story. My cousin made a TikTok video basically introducing herself and who she was, and she had a plan. She was like, hey, listen, I am me, this is what I do, I'm being nominated for this award, which is a huge honor, and I need a dress. Lizzo, I know you advocate for big girls. I love your dresses, I love these things. It's really hard being a black woman and really getting the dress that I desire because of fat phobia, etc., etc. And so she asked for a specific dress, and she asked everyone to tag Lizzo in the video. I don't know if she specifically said that, but she basically wanted to amplify the video to get to Lizzo. Now she didn't really think. I know for sure my cousin did not think this was gonna actually happen, but my cousin's one of them people. She gonna try whatever to do whatever. Like she ain't scared of nothing. She just about her business.
that's the way to
And
be.
Lizzo saw the video and
Period.
sent her the dress, and the rest is history. My cousin was on Good Morning America. She done been on every blog. She has, I mean, let me tell you something. I'm so proud of her. She is so fearless, and I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. My cousin is so fearless, and the things that I've seen her do over the years, even from when she was younger. Now, she is my cousin on my dad's side, so her dad is my dad's brother, and
Mm.
we didn't grow up together. But when I don't know, I think I was in college. Ariel found me on Facebook and was like, "I think we cousins," and we've been cool ever since then. Like literally, it was years before we even met in person. Like she was still in high school; she had to be like ninth, 10th grade, and
Mm.
then we ended up actually having a class together in college, and that's when we started to get closer because we would see each other every day, and just some of the things that she would do in class, like speak up and just be based around facts and stuff. I'm like, dang, this girl is so fearless and so bold. Like I got some fearless ways, but it's not in that aspect. She give you a good literary read, okay? But no, I just wanted to shout her out and talk about her book. She's a poet, and her book, I want to say it dropped last year. might have been early this year, but it's the whole reason why she even had to go to this award show. And I'm so glad in her video she started by talking about her book because that's what what that's the reason for the season anyway. But it's called Gumbo Ya Ya, and she is a LGBTQ author, so she'll have a lot of literature around her experience being a fat and black queer human being in the South. And she actually made me understand that the word fat is not bad
Hmm.
because skinny is not bad, thick is not bad. So why is fat bad? And so she says that word very open like that, and she made me feel comfortable saying it. And I know some people might not sit well with it, but I also carry on that same message and like, why is this bad and this is not bad? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, y'all, if y'all get a chance, first I want you to follow her on Instagram at Yes Aurielle, YesAurielle, and you'll find all the links to her bio in her bio to her book. You'll see more information about where she does, where she's going, where she's been. She gets speaking engagement. I mean, she really is all around that girl. She's an at she is an ad I can't even talk. She's an organizer. She has fought for the rights of human beings. She done been on the front line protesting. She's been arrested, abducted by the police. I'm not even being dramatic. I mean, seriously, my cousin has done it all, and now she
Oh,
even
that's a her, man.
yes, man. I'm just so proud for her for something. It's crazy because even before this Lizzo thing happened, I wanted to reach out to her and just tell her how proud of her I was because I really am. I genuinely am. I just think that she is so fearless. But anyway, she probably never hear this, and that's okay. But I would, she know I tell it to her face because we talk all the time. But I just want y'all to check her out, amplify her, give her flowers. Let me go ahead and get her Twitter name too while we talking about it. So, and I'll put all of it in. Oh, her Twitter is the same as her Instagram. Is Yes Ariel. But
Um,
yeah,
I
that's my
love that.
girl.
Shout out to Aurielle. I am a person that is very, very, very supportive of fearless people like that and free thinkers.
Hmm.
I grew up in
And
a home.
truly free thinking, not the Kanye
Yeah,
version.
yeah. Like I grew up in a house where I had a very strict mom, but her approach to being strict was very soft. So like she would be very hard on me, but she would always explain why. So it was never like a thing where like she'll be like, "Don't put that shirt on," like or don't, she didn't say that, but
Yeah,
it'll be something like that. But she'll be like, "Don't put that shirt on because it's gonna read this way." And sometimes I thought that she was being very bogus, but now that I'm older, of course, I understand it. And so like I just try to identify and associate myself with those type of people just because it allows me to feel free and just it does make me feel like I'm not doing anything wrong. Like I watch a lot of Tyler Creator interviews. I posted on Instagram the other day. I think I'll probably watch all of them because his interviews are really good. You ever seen one?
I've seen clips, but I never actually sat through an interview of his. But he's an interesting person.
Tyler the Creator is such a strange person, but in a weird, in a good way though. Like I listen to what his interests, like how he just navigates through life, how he doesn't really let the internet kind of control him, and he just finds hobbies. He's just like he hates the fact that people can't be a geek about something. Like now it's like if you're not a person that if you're in the industry and or if you working with high profile people, your interest is cars, jewelry, girls, money, strip clubs, blah blah blah. And even though I'll probably indulge in those things because I mean it is fun sometimes, but it's like whatever happened to people who collect comic books and or
Yeah.
action
People sometimes
figures.
might suppress those interests because it's not the popular thing.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He grew up in the hood. He's from LA and he grew up in the hood and he was just saying how like his mom, he grew up in a home where his mom introduced him to love and she loved on him and let him be himself. So when he went out the door, he didn't think like, "Oh, I can't say this to these people because they're not going to understand me or they're going to treat me different." He's thinking that everybody is the same. So he's like, "Look at
Mhm.
this. Like this is what I think is cool." And I'm like, nigga, don't nobody listen to that shit or watch that shit. That's for gay people. That's for this, and that's what he experienced growing up. And he always talks
Mhm.
about that in his interviews. And I think that I can just fully relate to a lot of his feelings and his interests and stuff like that. But I don't know. I love that. It really him and Doja Cat interviews really be having me feeling really inspired after I'm done. Ain't no lie.
I love that. I love an interview that makes me feel intellectually stimulated. Not to like nerd out, but I've been having this phase right now where I'm going you know, I've always been really big on podcasts. Like, I mean, at one point I was subscribed to like 25 different podcasts. But over the years, some I have unsubscribed because I just feel like some people are just not smart. And that's not even to be like condescending, but sometimes I listen to the way people express themselves or say certain things, and it might either come from a place of ignorance,
Yeah.
intentional ignorance, or just not being able to grasp the words to say something intellectually, and it bothers me so bad. And I'd be like, all right, I can't. I hate, one of my pet peeves, and I know sometimes we do this show on the fly, but I hate when people like go on live or make a YouTube or make an episode about something and they don't have their thoughts together. They just turn on the
Same.
camera and they just talk. And it's like one thing I learned, being somebody that used to be a really not passionate, I won't say. I used to be a writer. I used to write a lot, and that's one of the things always been good. And I always been good at saying exactly how I feel for the most part. And I always plan out my thoughts and how I want to present it, the audience I want to reach, and how I want it to be received. And it's also reflected in my work. So I always want to. I think about the message and how like will people be able to interpret it? Will I reach the right tier of people? I guess you could say. But some people they use a lot of filler words, like a lot of ums and just you can just tell it's like you ain't even prepared for this. You just turn on the camera and you just put it out there. To me, it's like that's not even quality. And it's not they can do what they want to do. But when it comes to what I decide to consume, I just like a well thought out,
You
intellectually.
like structure. I mean, you've always been like that. You just like things that are structured and scheduled on time.
Yes, accurate, critical
Accurate. Yeah,
thinking.
exactly.
I just need things. Yeah,
Factual.
yes, and it's just like so. Sometimes when I listen to certain podcasts, some podcasts I listen to because it's fun, hee hee ha ha. But after a while, I do want to have some kind of substance. And I mean, who's to say our podcast has that? But as far as what I want to consume, sometimes it gets old after a while when it's like, all right, what am
Yeah.
I gaining from this?
Hmm.
So, but yeah, back
Ah.
to the booty shaking. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
All right. So next,
Fuck
okay,
Best
I'm just
Buy.
gonna go straight down. Huh?
I just want to say fuck Best Buy. Don't nobody
I
want to
just
sell
heard
no
that
canned
sound for the
beans.
first time the other day.
Don't know what everybody want to have canned beans. Don't nobody canned beans. I love it.
I'm like, what was she dealing with? I need to find the original video.
That's it.
Oh
Oh, you
Lord.
never
Okay.
seen the video?
No, I only heard the sound on TikTok.
Oh, okay, let me find it because I posted it.
Yeah.
I'll be
Just
posting
just
up.
send it to me.
I
All
sure
right,
will.
y'all. I got a long list of stuff to discuss, so I'm just gonna start from the top. I don't care if it's old, I don't care if it's new, and I don't care if you don't care about it no more. But we didn't get a chance to talk about it because we didn't record.
Oh my
All
god.
right. So Diddy had a birthday party. And
Hmm.
there was a video that circulated from that night of him in Young Miami. He was drunk. He walked in the room, said he was gonna make some love. It was really cute for someone that would be in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
People was like, if he don't do me like this, I don't want. And it's okay. It's nothing wrong with it. You can want what you want. But people started talking about Carisha's prayer, and I thought that was so funny because for a long time, and not even for a long time, continuously people talk about Sierra's prayer because Sierra was dealing with certain dudes in the industry and at her own discretion or whatever, but they weren't really the best, especially Future. But then she left for Future and went to Russell Wilson, which is a dramatic change. And so people, and then a man who clearly loves her, cares for her, looks out for her, and so they said they want her prayer. Like, sis, what was the prayer to snag this man that care about you and save you from the streets, et cetera, et cetera? But I think, and this is from my own opinion, we know that Diddy also is involved with Daphne Joy, who is 50 Cent's baby mother, and that's fine. That's nothing, not a downplay to her, but that's how we
Is
first,
that where
at
they
least
beef
I
come in at?
do. They have a beef?
Yeah, they don't like each other.
Honestly, I don't know, but I know that 50 Cent be very disrespectful towards her whenever Diddy posts her. But for me, when it comes like I know that I can be a little non-conventional with like how I look at relationships and stuff like that, okay? But I don't see besides the financial benefits, I really don't see the lure of the Young Miami Diddy thing. And I do
Mm.
not want to sound like a hater. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're not a hater. You just first of all, you're coming from a different perspective. You're not even in the mind frame to be a city girl. Like you, if anything,
Right.
you're looking to build a
Exactly.
build, and not even necessarily with kids, but you're looking to build something bigger than that, meaning that both of y'all got motion going on and y'all are building a life that's private, that's off the grid. Y'all not being too flashy. Y'all doing y'all
Yeah.
whatever. This is a new era. She's a rapper. So, of
Mhm.
course, like, for one, what people don't talk about is that when you are in the industry and you're making money, a lot of the times, if you're not a big star, you got to pay all that money back. So all that stuff that you're buying is when it come down to cars,
It's
clothes,
borrowed.
shoes. That's low key borrowed stuff. This is
Yeah.
another
No, you're
reason
right.
why
High
I be
key.
telling people like, don't be looking at that and thinking that you have to live like that. These people are signed to labels. The label is funding that type of stuff. But if
Mhm.
you have a man in your life that will literally buy you anything that you want, that is a dream to me. I ain't gonna lie. Because one thing about me, I love nice shit. I love expensive things. I love trips. I love I'm not a car person randomly. Like I don't be caring what kind of car I drive. I be wanting to do it because everybody around me, I feel like that's the adult thing to do. Everybody's like, oh, I want a Benz, I want this, da, da, da. I don't even be looking at cars on when I'm driving. I don't like
Yeah, I just
unless
want
it's
something that
like a
got good miles
really
per gallon.
yeah, unless it's like a car that's like very rare and expensive. I'd be like, oh my god. But other than that, like I'm not a car person, but I can understand why that's a thing, you know. Even watching Tyler the Creator's interviews, he actually explained why he's in the cars and what kind of cars he's into, and I thought that was cool. But I get it. Now I'm not gonna idolize it. Would I want that? Fuck yes. I would love for a man to come in my life and be a billionaire, and I could just ask for anything I want.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
and I'm not
and
hating
I
on
be
that.
feeling like when people start being around a certain amount of money and being around a certain like around certain status, you start looking like that. Cause I've seen Young Miami in person so many times, but I saw that girl perform last week, and I swear to God, I thought she was Beyonce. Like she looked like a star. She looks like I was like, damn, she looked like money. It's so
Yeah, I
weird.
get it, and I think that's cool. And I don't want to get my message to be misconstrued for anybody on who's listening, but I do think it's really cool the dynamic they have. But I think where, like you said before, I care about like building a certain type of like
Yeah.
dynamic, and because they are not officially in a relationship, they give off the vibe of that. And then so my mind starts to think about how I know there's feelings involved, but then he's also involved with other women. Like, does she really not care about that? And maybe she doesn't, but again, I'm thinking about feelings getting involved, and she what she doing is the goal of a city girl. But I guess when people start talking about Carisha's prayer, I'm like, maybe I'm not the target audience for that prayer, because
You're not. No.
so I
And
again,
I mean,
I'm not hating. I think they're cool.
she's living her raps.
Yeah, she is. She living
She's
her life,
been
and I think it's cute. I think that what they do is cute, but I think what gets me is how much of them we see for them to not be in a relationship. That's all.
yeah.
And I thought that their interview together on her show was cool. I think it's cool how he gave her a platform. I think all that is lit, but they give me serious relationship vibes. And maybe who knows what it goes on behind the scenes. But I just wanted to say that because I'm like, dang, I just can't imagine swapping DNA with another woman, like, and a man that's not mine. You know what I'm saying? But to each their own. Whatever. I'm not hating. I love Young Miami. I think Diddy is an icon, regardless of what he might have done in the dark. But that's neither here nor there. All right,
Oh,
let's go. Next caller. All right.
can we just talk about August real quick and then move on?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Talk about August Alsina.
So, we're gonna say that August Alsina, they're alleging that he came out as gay, and the reason why I'm saying allegedly because it's an uproar on the internet that everybody is trying to figure out: is this his brother? Is this his artist? Because on his page, he does promote the guy. He's promoted him a while ago about him being a rapper and all sort of stuff, and then they have videos together. I've seen so many think pieces on this, and I get so annoyed because half of me I'll be feeling like I do this sometimes when it comes to certain subjects, but I was particularly annoyed because people are like he didn't say it out of his mouth, and y'all are blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and I get it. But I think that you can't get mad at people for putting this on the headline because the thing about it is, whenever we've encountered situations very similar to this, there's a certain verbiage that you use. Okay,
Yeah.
the word construct alone when you're speaking about sexuality and like fluidity when it comes to sexuality, that's definitely something that is um going towards like being not straight. I'll say that. You know, and it may not even be gay because he could be bisexual, he could be pansexual, he could be whatever. But I don't. I
Mhm.
hate the fact that people are trying to make it as if we're just far off. I get it. You want to be literal and you want to be factual about what's going on, but I just was getting so annoyed all day because I'm like, child, he clearly was doing this on
Telling
purpose.
y'all.
Like he's
Yeah,
telling
and
you whatever.
so you don't or you do think that's his boyfriend?
Absolutely. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I work in environments around these type of people all the time. These type of people meaning I don't know if you looked at his boyfriend, but he
Yeah,
like
very pretty.
very pretty, very blah blah blah. And living in LA, that's so common to see that dynamic that it didn't phase me not one bit.
Yeah.
Like I see it all the time that I'm like, oh, okay, you know, whatever. It didn't really phase me. I thought it was very I think that the way that and this is why it's always so important not to out people because I'm pretty sure people knew that he's been doing this because it's been stories for years. But it's important not to out people because the way that he decided to do it and present it to the world, it felt like he was happy. Like it felt light. It didn't feel like he was forced to do something. Like how what's his name? What's the one boy name who just got his shit leaked not too long ago? And I'll be listening to his boy
Oh,
music all the time, and I can't think of his name right now. Isaiah Rashad.
I, oh yeah,
Um,
that's I couldn't think of his name, but I knew who he was talking about.
so yeah, like that. You know what I'm saying? So now he's like kind of forced to try to be normal again when he knows that everybody's like looking at him sideways and he hasn't really
Mhm.
gave an answer or as is he isn't he just said like he doesn't know and he probably don't, you know. But I don't know. It's very like I love it though. I like it. I feel like he deserves to be happy. I think I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, and they were like, he almost broke up a marriage, and his now he's gay. But here's the thing, though, you don't know
I
what the
don't think
fuck
he would
they
have broke up
did.
that marriage. Yeah, because they
You
put
don't
it
know what
all
they
been
did.
playing
That's what I'm
around.
saying. Like,
And people were saying that before that they think August and Will might have, who cares to be? I mean, we obviously see who cares, but it's really not our business.
no,
But yeah, I think that you mentioned like the verbiage, the certain verbiage people use. He probably never even had to say that out loud, and especially to no audience. So he might not even been
yes,
comfortable officially saying it like that. And however he said it, I did see a lot of my LGBTQ friendly friends discussing it, but and it made me think about a fan or a follower or somebody commented on his picture calling him zesty and he got defensive about it. And it's like, dang, like that probably didn't help. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was
yeah,
preparing to say something and it's like, man.
yeah. I went on his page, and I do kind of feel like he was inching it out, like he was because
He
it's
was following his boyfriend because they got the same hairstyle now. Like that aesthetic.
yeah,
That like
and then
oily
his
aesthetic.
photos are just very, you know, and I don't like because I've definitely seen a few people on TikTok that present themselves very feminine and very feminine energy, very pretty, whatever, but they do identify as straight. So I'm not saying
Mhm.
that, but usually when you see that, you kind of got an idea.
Yeah, you
Like
already know what's
he
up.
was
Just move
very like
on. Go ahead, flip
shower
your pancake over.
pose, very shower posy, and you know what I'm saying. It was very, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
very
happy
do
for
rag
him
with a
though.
lace
Honestly,
up.
like I can genuinely say I'm happy for him. I hope it really works out for him. I really do. I hope. I feel like he can have a better life now and a better career now that he's let that go because he doesn't have like um. I've dated so many industry people in my past, and
Come on, city boy.
it wasn't like celebrities or nothing like that, but just like people that
People
work
in that
behind the scenes in
environment.
music, engineers, all these type of different things. And the problem is that they can't really be who they are because of who they work for and who they work
Mm.
around. If
I
they were
hate
to
that.
if they were to be openly gay or whatever, the artist may not want to work with them no more because they just
Whole time the
masculinity
artist
is
gay too.
fragile. But some people look at it as like the industry just accept anybody because realistically, depending on I feel like the homophobia comes from the East Coast because out here everybody hang out with everybody. Like it
Yeah.
weirds me out sometimes because like I went to a friend's giving and it was integrated. It was straight and gay, but it wasn't like straight people on this side, straight people on that side, gay people on that side. It was like everybody just and
Yeah, I
everybody
mean
was
that's how it should be. I'd rather be feel normal in that kind of environment than to be
yeah.
like having to find your. I mean, there's nothing wrong with
Yes.
finding your tribe, but it's also nice to just live, and that's why I love where I live so much because it's very diverse now. People still
Yeah.
hang with their own people, but it's not abnormal to see certain things and certain people. It's just
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
That's why I had to move. But shout out to August. I love August
Okay.
with his little
August,
skinny
September,
ankle.
October, November, tell you December. Duh, I'm sorry, sorry.
With his little
2004.
skinny ankles.
Not his ankles.
Yeah.
Okay, so next on the list, this was something that occurred back on early November, November 7th, and there was a client who got her hair done by a hairstylist, and the hairstylist photoshopped her face. Now I feel
Mm.
like you had something like this happen before, where I think that you worked on a client, but the person who did one of the other services Facetune, and you didn't want to post it because it wasn't like the authentic picture
Yeah.
or
People
something
do that
like
all the
that.
time.
Because then now they're adjusting the makeup that you did, which doesn't really reflect your work.
Yeah.
And
And
so I
see,
would, yeah, go ahead.
no, I'll let you finish.
No, I was gonna ask you to talk about maybe like some stuff you like some I guess how that would like how does that how what do you I guess for the client it's like dang you ain't like how I look, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? But
it's very weird. I've even had a client ask me that before, like when I was taking photos, like just don't edit it, don't put Facetune on it because I don't look like that. And I'm like, I'm not, that wasn't my goal, but I get why they asking that. But I do feel offended by that because it's been a lot of times where like people would see certain work that say for instance say if I did a client did the same person right um of course it's going to look different because it's two different artists doing it but of course they're going to sometimes people will use overfilter a photo and they'll be like oh why yours don't look like this and I'm like yeah because I don't have filters on it I make sure I post a lot of
yeah, and that sucks because they going to you for that look that doesn't exist.
yeah. And that's why I make videos. So anytime you see me post a picture, I try to post a video. Unfortunately, I'm not able to always get videos without Snapchat and Instagram filters because girls love that. But I try to record on my camera just so people can see the authentic stuff because I feel like people need to see that. Unfortunately, well, it's not even unfortunate, it's normal. Like we have imperfections on our skin. We have like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what makes us. But you can still be cute without having to like look perfect.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I see that a lot when I go on certain page. I mean, and I hate that people feel like they have to do all these even for the person themselves, not even the artist or the stylist. Like, why do you have to like? This is not real life, but people feel insecure about certain things, and it ain't up to me to determine what they can do. But I would be offended if I got my hair done. Let's say I went to Iris and got some straight backs, and she don't put a contour, some blush. I'm like, well, I know my skin
Yeah.
uneven, but
Golly.
I
Now I
know
see why
golly,
girls cover their face up.
they do, but I don't really care. I always go with a fresh, clean, washed face. So how everybody look is how I look. But I don't really be. I never been a person to be like, "Ooh, delete that. I don't like how I look." But some people are. So
Me.
me. Okay.
I DM somebody real fast and be like, say that down.
Well, I really got to. I had Elon Musk layoffs on here, but I really don't care to talk about that. Okay, so this is something that I see a lot on social media. Like let's say somebody has okay, let me give an example. One time I had a friend who posted a video and her bob was really cute. Like I had the time I was looking to get a bob. I wanted the right shape, body bounce, all that good stuff. I was like, "Hey, who did your hair?" And she said, "My hairstylist." And I'm like, "Helpful. Who your goddamn hairstylist? Okay, like why you doing all that?" But like I see, and one time I had let's say a friend. They had went and took some pictures somewhere like near a waterfall, and I was like, "Oh, where is that?" And she was like, "On the Chattahoochee." Like, okay, sweetheart, Chattahoochee run through the whole state of Georgia. Like, don't gatekeep a natural resource. So I just hate when people feel like they own. Like, I get when you find something you think is cool and you don't want to, like, you feel like it's yours. You don't want to oversaturate it, but it's not yours actually. But you have but you post it and it's for our consumption. But anyway, I see this a lot on videos and posts, and people be like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna share." Or people have actually like, so I overheard someone say this. So people be selling their surgeon's Instagram name. Like, it's just
Oh,
like
they've been
really
doing that.
weird.
They've been doing
I
that.
think that's crazy. And it's like, dang, like, is it you don't want the girls to have nice bodies? Like, what is it? But I see it a lot. People just be gatekeeping certain stuff as if they were the original creator. I just think it's super weird.
So, fun fact, Dr. Montoya, I'm sure a lot of y'all probably have heard of him. He does teeth. He's one of the first people that were given like the Instagram veneers. Like the people would go to
Uh-huh.
him.
Yep. He the first one I ever saw.
Everybody. Dr.
Yeah.
Montoya actually got his um, visa revoked, or his whatever you have to have coming from Dominican Republic to the United States to live. He got it taken because a popular Instagram influencer was literally selling the plug, basically selling his info. Because at the time, a lot of people didn't know. It wasn't a lot of people doing like veneers for that price, because veneers for real, when you get them, they can be up to $100,000. They're very
Oh,
expensive.
I know. Because I got
So
quoted 22 racks just for 8 teeth.
yeah, like it's very expensive, not something cheap. So anything under 10K, that's new. So she was selling it. She was adding on like $2,000 on top of the fee. And he low key was in on it because he was like, shit, if you bring me clients, I don't care. Like, let's
Who
just do
cares?
it.
Yeah.
And so he ended up getting caught because they figured out that wasn't, he didn't have like um license to work in America, and he ended up getting deported back to DR. So that's where he lives. He's been living
Oh, I
there.
thought he was in Colombia.
Oh,
So he actually
Colombia,
was in the
Colombia.
US. Oh, okay. He
He,
was actually in the US.
girl, he was in Miami.
I didn't know that.
He started out, yeah, he used to be out here. That's why at first so many people would go to him, but he got deported
How does that
because of
make
that.
him lose his how does that lead to deportation?
Because he doesn't have a medical thing
Oh, got it. You
for
did
you
just say
for
that. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
for United States,
Oh,
which is so insane because I see
mm.
people doing basement veneers every day. I be unfollowing them every time they post because you
Yeah, I can't
are
even. I don't even look
insane.
at every time I see these kitchen braces, I literally want to pray to God to make a tree fall down or something. Like, please stop.
Yeah, the kitchen braces
Braces
is
is
insane
not
because I seen a picture of
protective.
a girl, her teeth were straight across. Like,
That's so let me tell you something. The way braces literally move your teeth and make your bones deteriorate.
yeah,
Oh my god. But yeah, so I don't like the gatekeeping stuff. I feel like if you don't want people to know about it, don't talk about it. But like you don't own
yeah.
this specific listing on Amazon or like a waterfall in the Chattahoochee or your hair like that. I don't know. I think people just like exclusivity and I ain't mad at that. It is what it is. But I just think that I don't know. I just think
in
it's
a
weird.
city
It's like
in a city like Atlanta, it's so weird because Atlanta is one of those cities where everybody kind of has the same aesthetic. So whenever
I
you
know.
feel like you're outside of that aesthetic, people really be trying to like hold on to that because that's their individuality. So of
And
course
I
you got
get that.
people who have access to more money or whatever they do to get their stuff, and they come in, they see you with these things and they're like, oh, I like that. But instead of just saying I like that and moving on, they're like, I like it and I want it too. So now,
Yeah, and I get that because you spark their interest, and I know that's annoying, and I get why people decide to for those reasons, but I
you ain't
guess
that
it's
you ain't
I don't.
invent a bob, boo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know. I do understand that. I genuinely do, but not like y'all ain't you ain't gonna tell me where the Apple store at? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it be like little petty stuff like that. Like one thing I pride myself on is whenever I post something on Instagram, or if I'm like, it don't matter what it is, I will tag it.
Yeah,
Whether
me
it's
too.
a
I'm
restaurant,
Queen Reviews. Let
I don't
me
go
tell you how
that
many
deep.
folks that went to my hairstylist this week alone. I'm not gonna. I want all y'all to have silk presses by a professional.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I would definitely geotag any location or whatever. A restaurant, it's not. I don't think it's that deep. Like
Yeah,
What
I
does
agree.
me
Now I
being
do.
in there? What does me being in there? What are the first of all? What are the odds of me and you being there at the same time? And if we are, what is wrong with that?
I feel like if it's that deep, enjoy it in peace for as long as you can. Because I have a one of my favorite Mexican restaurants. I remember thinking like I don't want to make no TikTok because if it go viral, then the line gonna be out the door. But to me, that's not gatekeeping because I know how TikTok get down. But I can post it on my Instagram and it
Yeah.
ain't gonna be a big deal. But if I put it on TikTok, I got a million people on their way to get some shrimp birria, and now I
Ah,
gotta pay double the price. You know what I'm saying? So it's a I think there is a spectrum, but some stuff people be gatekeeping. I'm like, child, it's literally on Amazon. Stop being weird.
yeah.
Like, oh my God. Anyways, all right. What's next on the list? So 130 of Lotto's songs were leaked. These are like reference tracks, songs that end up being dropped by another artist with Lotto on it, or Lotto singing a song, having songs sang by someone else written for her. And I don't like this. I hate to be that girl, but I think somebody did this on purpose.
Um.
I don't know.
Well,
That's
she did post the day that her and Nikki got into it. She did post. Nikki did post that. Do you guys want to hear the reference songs that her ghostwriters written? And I don't like how she put that out there because Nikki has taken reference tracks from people. When her and Cardi got into it, this was the argument. Cardi was saying, "Oh, because I heard your verse on the G Easy song, blah 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 blah. You was trying to get on that song, and Nicki responded, "Yes, I got a reference for that song. I got the beat. That's what art. That's what the industry is. They send it out, whoever they want to use, or if if it works for them, or if it don't work for me or whoever. That's just how it go. Same thing go with Latto. She an artist, so of course, she working with labels when you start that's the thing what people don't understand when you get signed to a label you do not get to be creative until you're on like a Beyonce level for real. They put out your songs, they tell you what to put out, they tell you what vibe to go for because they know what makes money. You're
mm-hmm.
just a talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't understand what the big deal about it and why people are making a big deal about that. I think the person who collected all those songs is lame as fuck because what are we supposed to do with the information?
Yeah, and it's not even that serious. So I think, and, this is not to be like a anti Nikki, but I feel like she started the trend of thinking that not writing your own songs was
She
bad.
did.
And so
She did that because of Lil Wayne though. She want to be
But so
Lil
I don't.
Wayne.
But it's just crazy because I saw Coyle Ray went live today to kind of talk about it as well. Because there are some literal greats who didn't write their own. Like I don't think it's wrong to not write 100% of your songs. It's just not even that deep. Now I do understand people feel like for a singer, their talent is singing, so it doesn't really matter. But for a rapper, your bars is what makes you, who you are. And I
Yeah,
don't disagree with that at all. But I also think that a lot of these rappers these days are like pop rappers. They're not like what is it when they be rapping back and forth like battle rappers. They're not
yeah,
battle
yeah,
rappers.
yeah,
These are people trying to make hit songs. So I think that there's a difference there because a lot of people can rap. I think rap is special. Like everybody can't rap. You either got it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's fair to be like only singers or try to insinuate that singers can get away with that because of who they are. Because if
yeah.
Kanye was like, "Let me write for you," you think you're gonna be like, "No, I write my own raps."
Yeah, I don't know. I just really hate that it's come to this, and I really wish that she would stop her fans from doing this because um I don't really like I hate when I see women or anybody in general, but it does bother me with women, especially black women, because it's already hard in this fucking industry as it is.
Mhm.
So it's like, why is it that you give so much grace to these guys? You literally give so much grace and empathy for people like 6ix9ine and all these other people that are, that have these really bad reputations, and you're like, you guys have to see past certain things or whatever, her whatever. But why is it that you don't give this same grace to women? And
Mhm.
that just really just shows how person where I hate seeing stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
Yeah,
agree. It's super lame. It's just, I felt bad for Lotto. And then maybe she don't care, but I do every time I
yeah,
see her post of her comments be in shambles. I'm just
yeah.
like,
But
That's
you
got to be something to her self esteem. Even if she's cocky and confident in herself, nobody want to see that every day. It's annoying. It really is. Imagine I wake up every morning. I'd be like, "Good morning, America." They'd be like, "F you." I'm
Barb's
like,
Unite.
dang. Yeah, they be like, they be like, you turn your back on Nikki, it's gonna cost you. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Now tell
Yeah.
your mommy that she forgot your broccoli on your breakfast. Okay.
Oh my god.
All right, next up, Kodak Black is a sore loser. Okay, so on his
Boo.
not his last album, but the one that he dropped before that, he had a line about how he lost best new artist against Khalid, and he was trying to say that he deserved it. And that was my first time ever hearing Kodak speak on anything like that. But I remember thinking like, dang, that's lame to put in a song like that because people love Khalid. He's a whole different kind of artist, totally different type of audience and things like that. And then he did the same thing when he lost against Latto for Sunshine on Me. Or was it no,
Yep.
it was Big Energy. Which people, I think people confuse them hearing a song a lot to what's actually a hit record. Cause Big Energy was huge. And I don't think I would be stretching if I say that there are a lot of Lotto fans that aren't Kodak Black fans. And I think that people forget, like when it comes to these award shows, the biggest artists are the ones that cross over. And she sampled one of the biggest songs and then got one of the biggest people on that biggest song. So it made sense that her song won. It just is what it is. Just because it's not a street song, it don't mean it was like less
I think
credible. It
that's
just
what it
is what it is.
is. Like people don't realize that it probably is platinum in the hood, but you got to think on a
Exactly.
worldwide scale.
Exactly. It was like, man, we literally heard Super Gremlin everywhere. But you don't have hearing it everywhere don't mean nothing. Cause what about where you ain't at? You know what I'm saying?
You won't go. You can't go inside Chops Lobster Bar and hear that Gremlin.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You
You're
probably
right.
won't hear Big
Exactly.
Energy, but I'm sure I will hear Big Energy before I hear that.
Yeah,
And
I don't know. And I
unfortunately,
don't get me wrong, I love
we're
Kodak music,
outnumbered.
but
I think that people just see that black people are so powerful, so they be thinking that we are. It's more of us than what it seems. But
I
for real,
mean,
we
yeah.
outnumbered.
No, we are. Hence, Bad Bunny. We used him as an example one time, and I just heard a Bad Bunny song for the first time a couple weeks ago, and he is bigger than any artist we ever talked about on this show.
Yes, and
It's
that's
crazy.
insane.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, I agree. And then there was another occurrence that happened the other day. I don't know if it was a Soul Train Awards or what. But Kodak was like, I was just number one, and then last week I'm not. Like, dang, bro. And I guess I don't know if he's won an award before, and I can understand that feeling, thinking you so close to it. But it's like, don't be a sore loser, bro. Like, and then I hate that people try to act like, and not saying that Kodak has done this, but people try to act like these awards don't mean anything. They do. Everybody likes recognition for their work. It is what it is. They do matter. And they might not put money in your pocket literally,
Yeah,
but it's nice to get recognized on a large stage and give a speech. It's like something people dream.
and
When
it
you
boosts
kids, you
your
be like,
career. Once people win Grammys or even get nominated, their career go to the next level.
yeah, so I get why people want it, but I hate that people try to act like it's not important and then there here go all the drama about not winning.
Yeah.
So yeah, nah.
Um,
So
you don't win when you playing dirty, boo.
hello, somebody. All right. Let's talk about I hope it's Shaquille Johnson, Shaquille Johnson. And I wish I would have spelled it correctly, but due to the fact that I was typing with one hand just for the sake of writing a note. But we all know about the young lady that died in Mexico on a trip with her
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote friends. And there's more stuff coming out about the story. Like I don't know how legit it is, but first we know that there was a fight. She got beat and they left and told her mom that she had alcohol poisoning. That actually was not the case. The autopsy, she had a damaged spine, busted lips, she had bleeding. It just was way more than what these people were describing. So of course social media, who also is the FBI, goes on their research. And I'm not even mad at it because I do think that a lot of these tips that social media gets together, the police be actually using. But
Mm-hmm.
it just really hurt my feelings to know that I don't know. Okay, people are saying, and God forgive me if this is not true, but people are saying that the girl might have played a part in somebody else getting killed that same day while they was on a trip. So apparently one of the guys that was on the trip with them, his sister got killed by her boyfriend who is related to the girl that got killed. I don't know how true this is. Okay. I saw somebody talking about it, But and this is like posts from people that she actually knows, but they're just trying to say like they must have been on this trip, they got the news about this, they knew she was behind it and they jumped her. Don't know how true that is, but all I'm saying is you got to be careful who you call your friend, man. You know what I'm saying? There is, I have a lot of friends and a lot of people I know, but those are not the same people that I would just travel with. Like I feel like people all know when you go on a trip with somebody, be prepared to fall out with somebody.
Yes, every
That's just
time.
it's just how it go. So, and with that, not saying that you should prepare literally, but you just gotta think wisely about who you go out of town with. Now, I don't know the whole story about this, but I think it's really sick that they beat her up and then recorded everything. Now, I know, like, my hood side finna speak on behalf of this. People fight every day. People record
Yeah,
fights every day is not abnormal. But to beat this girl until she is dead, and y'all think y'all finna get away with this, and it's just so freaking crazy. It's so sad. And that same week, or within that same time frame, there's a four students in Idaho who get stabbed in their home while the other two roommates is in their room sleep. Then there's a shooting in University of Virginia. I mean, Jesus Christ, I can't take it. Like for real, for real. It's so scary what's going on. I hate that. I just feel bad for these kids. I know college kids do stupid stuff, things happen and stuff like that, but it's just so much violence, man. I don't like it. It's like imagine having a kid, you raise them, they graduate high school, you get them into college, you let them go away, and they never make it back home. It's
mm,
like, wow. It's just scary, man. And I know sometimes people be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I know I don't cheat to death before. It's situations I don't almost been in car accidents. You know what I'm saying? Little stuff, being in the wrong place with people, they don't started shooting. And that could have been me, you know what I'm saying? And thank God for sparing me. But I'm just saying, like, it is a such thing as wrong place, wrong time, but it's just so sad that these type of situations are happening so often, man. It really does bother me.
yeah, it's real. It's actually it sucks. I couldn't watch the videos. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't watch any of them just because I'm very just sensitive to stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I do think that I don't know the reason why they did something like that. But for me, speaking for myself, I just can never imagine somebody making me that mad to where I feel like I would have to beat them to literal death. Like I just don't
Hmm.
understand it. Now, if it's some shit like I feel like my life is in danger, I'm being robbed, or I'm
Yeah.
put in a situation like that, of course. But just off the strength of like something like that, no, I don't understand that, and it really be fucking me up because you just never really know people, so you never know what they capable of or what they thoughts be. So it just be making you question the people around you and be watching the way they move. But then you watch these serial killer documentaries and these shows, and these people be normal as hell. You never can
Yeah. And
tell.
things just happen. Yes. No, for
So it's
real. Or
just
they be
like, what do you
seemingly normal.
do? It's so scary, and I don't know, like I really hate that. I
It
feel
is.
so bad for her. Like I think, like just the thought of that, just and her how they just came back to America and brought her family her stuff. Like they didn't really know what was going
Like y'all thought y'all
on.
were just gonna be business as usual. It's crazy. It's crazy. My guilty conscience would be eating me alive, and it
I'm
probably is eating
sure. I
them
was about to say.
alive
I'm
as
sure
well.
it's eating their ass alive too.
And
Cause
honestly,
one of
I
them
think fights
girls
can.
gonna confess.
Yeah. And we've seen plenty of fights where there's like bloodshed and maybe the intent, because when you fight, you are wanting to hurt this person. You want to disable them to the point where they can't fight back and you win whatever the issue is. But death is always an option. It can
Yeah.
always happen. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So
Mm.
someone made a point that I hadn't thought about for real, to be honest with you, like with the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lane situation. Like, I think people making fun of the situation because she got shot in her foot, but
Hmm.
that bullet could have went anywhere else. It could have went to her chest, could have went to her head. You know what I'm saying? And all it takes is one bullet. So it's just like you got to be really mindful of the things you do, man, because you could just literally ruin your doggone life.
Mm. I feel like we've been talking about so much sad stuff, but I know this. So just so y'all know, I'm looking at Alicia's notes. She's sharing them with me, so I don't have any notes. I'm just piggybacking off what she got. But this one really stuck out to me because I feel like this is me right now. This is literally the next era that I'm going in my life. It says, "Are you okay with being the villain in someone else's story?"
Yes.
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. For the longest,
I'm not. Go ahead.
I grew up being, like I said before, like my mom was very strict, but very soft with her approach. And
Mhm.
so the way that I grew up, my mom pretty much raised me to try to be as perfect as possible without saying it out loud like that. You got to do stuff this way. It has to be done like that. You have to be this person. You have to go to this school, do this, blah blah blah, be this, da da da. And so I feel like that has caused me to grow up a people pleaser, and I do it
Mm.
unbeknownst to me. Like it's second nature. And so I noticed it maybe like a year or two ago. So I've been pulling back, or maybe longer than that. When I moved out of the house with my friends, that's when I kind of realized, like, okay, this isn't benefiting me, and I'm just being over here being nice or whatever the case may be. Blah blah blah. But I do feel like I've been a people pleaser for a long time, and at this point in my life, I've been sparing people for literally decades, or a person rather. But I have been been just putting my foot down in a lot of different situations because why am I holding my breath? If it makes me a villain, if it makes me a bad person for speaking my mind and speaking my truth, speaking how I feel to you, and we can't really move on from it, you don't belong here. So I am okay with
Yeah.
being a villain in somebody's
It's
story
like
because
whatever you said, whatever they said I did it.
I did it. Because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's always two sides to every story, and I can't control every narrative. It is what it is, and it's turning my hair gray. I don't got time for that. I got enough gray hairs.
Yeah.
I'm over that.
It's giving Obama.
So you want to
It
be a
makes me
villain?
think
You
of
want me to be a villain? I am the villain.
there we go. It's like that Chrisette Michelle song, "Blame it on me."
Oh my
Say
god.
it's my fault. No, you're
Oh
right though. You know what? I don't know if I actually really care about being a good person and being perceived as such. I think that I am a very I think I'm a good friend. And anybody that I've stopped being friends with, they did something that I'm like, all right, I can't deal with that. But I know that everyone has their own interpretation, their own perspective, and maybe I didn't hear them out. So the way they might discuss how we disconnected is gonna be different from what I say.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I actually don't like that. I don't ever, and I know it's probably people out there that be like, Alicia this, Alicia that. Who knows? But I don't like that. I want them to know the truth. And the truth is my view, my perspective.
They'll figure out the thing about me is they'll figure out the truth sooner or later. But as of now, I cannot wreck my brain just because you feel this way.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That's how it should be
Either
because
you
you,
trust
like
me
you
or you
said, you
don't.
wreck
It
your
is
brain. You
what it
stress
is.
yourself out trying to fix stuff, and so you can leave with like I even think about like I always wonder like what my like any exes or anybody I've ever dated casually anything like that like what they say about me. I've been told that what they claim to say. You know, like you never da, 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 da. But I be like, I don't ever want to be like, I don't want nobody to be talking about it. I'm selfish or greedy or mean or rude or inconsiderate. So I don't fake being a good person, but I also don't want. I don't know. I don't want to be the villain. I don't. But I'm sure I
Yeah.
am. And in a few, and maybe like three stories, I might be the villain.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck if it was 30. Y'all all deserved it. And I'm not taking it back. And I'm also finna stop apologizing. Only when I really feel sorry or if I really did something. But I feel like a lot of situations I apologize just to kind of make the
Clear the
situation,
air.
exactly. And I'm not doing
Me
that.
too. I definitely apologize when it wasn't my fault. I just want. I'm like, even when somebody bumped into me, I apologize.
Yes,
No.
I noticed that too. And then I also noticed like um me softening up my voice and just kind of toning my shit down when a white person walk in.
Yeah,
Just to
I
make
got
them feel
past that.
safe. But I don't do that. Be thinking it in my head. I think it's a natural thing. Like I don't want to be looked at as like because I mean growing up, you don't want to be looked at as one of those black type of black people, or you
No,
don't
I
want to
didn't.
be you want them to think you don't know how to act or blah blah blah. And I think that just stuck with me. I'm trying to shake that shit so bad because I feel like I'll be in a grocery store and a white person walking towards me. I'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I wasn't even in a way.
Yep, I do it too. I do it too, and I
I
don't know
wasn't even in
why.
your
And every
way.
time I do it, I instantly realize that it wasn't my fault.
And it be pissing you. I don't know about you, but it be making me so mad that I do that because it's like, what the
Yeah, I be
fuck
wanting
did
to
you
take it
just
back.
apologize before?
Yep, yep.
You
And they'll be like,
know?
"It's okay," and I'm like, "Matter of fact, it's not." Cause you got little Randy walking around with a slinky,
Yeah.
and you on aisle 3, he on aisle 6.
Mm.
No, you're right. I'm definitely guilty of that actually, and it happens often, like in a grocery store or like at a crowded place. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, and it don't even be my fault. I hate that because we might be contributing to the cycle of them not ever apologizing to us.
Yeah. Um, Sidebar as well. So yesterday I worked with Pinky from Slutty Vegan, right? And
Hmm.
while I was doing her makeup, she was interviewing. So they were asking her a lot of questions, and she, was just giving her honest opinion and her honest answers on everything. And something that really stuck out to what she was talking about is that she feels it's her job to help people. And she's like, I'm in this position that where I am now that when people present to me ideas that I feel like I believe in and I trust, I'm gonna invest in it or I'm gonna find a way to support it, even if it's me posting it on a page or me wearing the product and sharing it with people and blah blah blah. And I feel like we need more of that because I
Yeah.
think the problem, especially within this industry, is that people gatekeep big money jobs and big opportunities and all type of stuff, and that's so fucked
And
up
disguise it
because
as a course.
yes, and my
Mm.
problem with that is that um I came to the conclusion today actually that I feel like a lot of the violence that go on is because of lack of money.
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it's directly related to poverty,
You know what I'm
literally.
saying? So my
Hmm.
thing about it is if you instead of trying to put these people out and move them into areas where you feel like they
Give them some
belong,
resources.
why don't you allow these people to come in and be amongst these spaces so they can make the same money that y'all making? So that way we can it won't give
All it
that.
takes is an
Now we don't
opportunity.
now they don't have to rob you for. I mean, of course it's still gonna be that, but I feel like it will be less. They don't have to take because they are giving the opportunity to make it on their own.
Yes, think about the process of it. So you got a family of, let's say, three: a boy, a girl, and a mama. And let's, typical. It's typical in the hood. The dad ain't in the picture. It is what it is. So now you got the mama who working hard. She got the two kids that's in school. They struggling. She doing whatever she got to do. She could be on government assistance. She could be working a part-time job, whatever she doing. She don't make enough money to get her kids what they need for school. So they going to school, they missing shirts, they missing clothes, they clothes dirty, they hungry. Now the kids who they go to school with got a little bit more than them and they point that out on them and they making fun of them. So now they embarrassed, they insecure, now they fighting, now they, angry because they don't have this thing. And then they go home to their mama telling this story about what happened to them, making her feel guilty about not being able to provide. And she don't want her kids to deal with that. So now she get desperate. And then she want to do other things. Maybe she got to steal. Maybe she got to scam. She might even want to strip. She might want to sell a little coochie, but she want to do what she got to do to make sure her kids are straight. And to each their own, because hard times come, you make hard decisions. Okay, cool.
Yes, for
These kids
sure.
grow up years and years and years of not having nothing. Like, all right, man, I gotta get it. It's people around here getting it. Why I ain't getting it? What's my opportunity? What I gotta take? And so they start to not even care about them people that's got what they don't have. So they gonna take from them because y'all was boo booing on me all this time. It's my time to shine. It's about me and my family. And
Yeah.
then they grow up and they know they because they were so pressed about having these certain things. They don't even care about their own future. They just want the looks of blending in with those people that have it. So they doing all these flex and all this stunting, never really think about their education. And then this is maybe not for everybody, but then they get into the criminal life because they need some fast money and they don't care about that because, again, at least I got a chance to flex in Miami or flex here, flex there. And it's just a never ending cycle. Now they have kids and they never really established a stable lifestyle for themselves. But now they're bringing kids into another broken home who adapt. You know what I'm saying? It's a slippery slope. But think about all the people, and we can even use rappers for example. Look at Jeezy. Jesus was a literal drug dealer.
Yeah.
And he don't even talk the same. He don't look the same. He healthy. He got him a wife. He got kids. It's a lot of people that I see. Look at 50 Cent. Like, look at all these people who came from the streets. All they needed was an opportunity. And not saying that it makes them a better person per se, but these are things that they wouldn't have got if they were still in their environment. So sometimes I think about that even for myself. Like, the things that I'm doing today, I'm like, I would have never imagined in a million years that I'll be rubbing shoulders with some of these people because the circumstances that I was in, I was supposed to follow a whole nother. Both of us, we should have been following a whole nother kind of path. But us even getting a job and meeting people outside of our neighborhood is like it built the foundation for us to get higher and higher.
Yes.
But everybody don't get the opportunity, and also everybody doesn't even receive those signs the same way because they not it's not enough, so they want to do something else. So it's just really, it's slippery. So it's definitely based off access. It's definitely based off money because people are making desperate moves, and then that anger leads to crime, murder. You know what I'm saying? People don't know how to handle their anger because they don't even know what they mad at. They
Yeah,
mad because they hungry.
yeah. I agree. I don't like that. I mean, but it's almost like what the fuck can you do about that though? Because I don't
It's
have money
you
to give
got
you.
I mean, it's you gotta each one teach one because there's no one way to fix it because there's not one solution. You
Yeah,
can't just give people jobs. You do have to give them skills to earn it, but they gotta want to do it too. But if they don't see a quick solution, they not listening to what you got to say.
yeah. Oh, child. Mm,
Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad because I think that people always try to chalk it up to just being dumb and poor, but it's like poor is what got them here, and it's not easy to escape poverty. It is. I remember reading about the statistics of the people that escape poverty, and it's very, very, very slim for
yeah.
real. I mean, and it's just so. I just wish I definitely think it's the opportunity is people actually invest in their communities, giving kids something to do, and I mean, you got to start with the kids because sometimes the parents might be a lost cause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give them something to do the Big Brother program like they did. Give them programs, even if it's in athletics, something that they passionate about, and then show them real examples of what they can do. Like, sit, and that's what it takes. And it's not you can't save them all, but you can save some for sure.
The Big Brother program is what saved me, I feel.
Hello, somebody shout out to Shay.
Okay. Um,
I wanted that so bad, but it's all good.
man.
And I feel like even when you make it out of that environment, you still have so many insecurities. I saw a tweet that talked about like you need to let go of not being able to go on that field trip because your parents didn't have the money. I missed every goddamn field trip that had money involved, and I was it to me it didn't ruin my childhood, but it definitely made me feel left out and angry because I would have to stay back at the school or stay back at the daycare because we didn't have $5, $10 to go to somewhere. And so, things like that also builds insecurities too. And so you start, that's why I'm so cheap. I be holding on to money. I've just recently, last couple of years, really started buying myself like designer
Girl, I
stuff.
almost passed out. I seen that Prada hat on your head earlier. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, girl, what?
Ah, little
I,
things like that. I bought myself a David Yurman bracelet, like things that I wanted when I was like broke. I just have been getting. I'm about to get myself a Burberry scarf. Just little stuff. It's like, dang, I can really get this for myself, and it will not break the bank. Like, let me do that for myself.
see.
But it took a long time. I'm about to be 34. Why I'm just now treating myself?
And
But
you know what's so crazy? We're saying that, but the reason why you're saying it out loud like that is because social media make you feel like you see so many people that are rich at 21, 22, 23, and all this other stuff. But for real, you're doing everything the right way. This is
yeah,
actually
you're
when
right.
you're
I don't
supposed.
think I'm on a delayed timeline. I did feel
No,
like that at one point. I
I
think I
did
definitely
too.
felt the
I felt
yeah.
even recently I be feeling like I should be more established than what I am now. I will say that I need to be more responsible, but now that I know that, and I'm just taking the steps to fix that. But other than that, I do feel like I'm on the right path. I just never give myself credit for a
Me
lot of
either,
stuff.
because I always feel like there's more to do.
Oh, I
There's
gotta
more
get up
work
in
to
a
be
sec. My
done.
phone, my computer on 6%. I keep watching the thing. It just jumped from
Go get
10
the
to 6.
charger. Go get it right now. Now, what if the computer just go out? Now, how long y'all think he knew that battery was going low?
Okay.
But anyway, but yeah, I'm super passionate about helping people too. I mean, I'm no pinky, but I share resources every goddamn day. Even if it's I mean, I just met let me tell you a funny story. See, I know I used to work at the Apple store, right? And so long story short, there's this girl on TikTok that I follow who basically is doing alternative living. She bought a van, she gutted it out, she's setting it up. Essentially, her house is the van. And she TikToks about it. And I actually got a chance to meet her in person. And she works at the Apple store that I used to work at. And so we were talking, and I was just talking to her about career stuff, and she was expressing like, I don't have a degree. And I just hate that what people that mindset, not her mindset in general, but society has made people feel like that degree is their key to success when it's not true. And so I was just talking to her about all these different free programs that even I've done and that she can get skills and how to properly tell a story to because she's actually doing the work that could get her out of that Apple store. But anyway, I'm not gonna put her business out there. But all I'm saying is sometimes you need somebody to help you. And if I had to pay for the knowledge that I gained over the years, I would have never ever gotten it because I ain't have no money to begin with. So I just think that you cannot be selfish, man. You see somebody that you feel and I will say I do vet people a little bit. If I feel like they gonna actually receive the information, I'll take the time and really break it down for them Some people, I give them a little bit and see what they do with it. And if they don't, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna be upset because you're not following these steps and then get mad at your own results.
Honey, let these people crash and burn their own. Because what I've learned is that the way that I learned is when I was down.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're trying to help somebody that's not necessarily down and they ain't taking it, they'll learn. Life will teach them. I ain't got nothing to
Will
do.
it though? Because I feel bad when I see people's life spiral and become literally nothing, man. And it's not my responsibility, but I do feel some kind of, because I can relate to them. I feel like, dang, like maybe if I could have just spent the extra time to do. But you're right though. Let me tell you, I know somebody right now talking about, I'm trying to get my LLC, but won't nobody help me. Who
Okay.
supposed to help you get an LLC? And what do you think? Now
Besides
LLC is very
Google.
necessary when running a business, but it does nothing for you once you file it. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Who, like, what do you mean nobody won't help you? You got the internet on your pinky and your thumb. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's like that's not, that type of stuff will bring you down. That's low vibrations for real. That's some for real low vibrations. Yeah, I want all my people to win, but you
If you
can't,
don't
you
want it for
cannot save
yourself,
them
it ain't
all.
nothing that nobody can do for you. And
Yeah,
I've
and we
come to
say
the
that a lot, but seriously, you can't help them all, and you can't feel guilty when it don't help them all. But I do think that people should at least be exposed to the resources. Now, what they do with it beyond that is between them and God. But our people have come a long way.
and God said that y'all need to. Kim Kardashian actually said y'all need to get up and go to work.
Now, how you gonna say God said and then say she said? Anyway, okay. Well, we talked about a lot. We got a few more things on the nose, but I don't think we really have to address it today.
Yeah.
But thank y'all for being patient with us. A lot of people reached out to me looking for the episode. I'm so sorry. I know it's the
Yes. Oh
same
my
thing every
gosh. Shout out
time.
to Byron. I went to thank Friendsgiving the other day with a friend, and I ran into him, and he was just like talking about the podcast, and he was like, "This is the last one I listened to, which was the last episode." But he was looking for a new episode, and here we are.
Yeah, here we are. A lot of people been asking me. I'm really sorry. Oh, I didn't even tell you I got my gum surgery for my top row, and I had a terrible reaction to the medicine. I could not record. I was throwing up. I was, every hole in my body was producing something. And I'm gonna just say that. So it was really bad, and I actually had to call poison control. I was about to go to the ER. It got really bad. So it's just a lot of stuff been going on, and I know y'all know that. So I don't like to keep saying the same reasons every time we
When you
record.
said you
It's just
called
really,
poison control,
I was so scared. And honestly, the nurse suggested that. She was like, I don't think that this is an emergency, but I do want you to call poison control and just get some clarity, because they know more details about the medicine that I was taking. And I just took it on an empty stomach. And I know better because I have migraines really bad. And if I take a migraine medicine on an empty stomach, I get sick as well. But this was a opioid.
mm,
And yeah, so don't take nothing on empty. Don't take no kind of pain meds on an empty stomach, or any meds if you can help it. But because I had a little juice, like a naked juice, I'm thinking that was gonna coat my little stomach, but that didn't do that, child.
mm. That pill said, get somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it. Ooh, the toilet did it, baby. It was terrible, but I did lose 2 pounds.
Mm, mm.
A
I
winning
don't know how
woman.
much I lost, but it's gone, boo.
It gone. Okay, cool.
Let me tell y'all,
All right, let's wrap this thing up. What you got coming up? What you
weight
doing for the
loss.
holidays?
Besides weight loss, I got a manager now. As of
Okay, that's great.
as of yesterday, I just set up my email address with him and PO box, and we are moving.
That's great. So is your email address with the company, or
Yeah,
is it,
with the
like, what do you
management
mean by that?
company.
Okay.
So I had to remove all my email addresses and everything from my site and everything on my page. Got a PO.
Dang, it's giving professional for
I
real.
had a interview with the agency last week that went really well. Opus Beauty, which is the same agency that Naomi Campbell, hairstylist, who I'm friends with, Devontae. Shout out to Devontae. Um, he signed there. Beyonce's makeup artist is signed there. Lizzo's makeup artist is signed there. So these are really big name
Big
people.
steppers.
Yeah, these steppers, these is real deal Holyfield, you know. So I'm really excited
That's
about that.
exciting.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
it's really exciting because I did say that last year. I was like, my goal for moving here was to just really up the score on myself. Like I really need to work on more professional more professional jobs, bigger jobs, get management because I'm tired of talking to people about money and rates. I'm trying to negotiate rates and stuff like that. And this is just a really good situation that I fell into. Um, so yeah, that's all I got going on. And then for the holidays, I think I'm gonna cook something, but just for in the house. I ain't trying to like do too much, but I'm gonna go to other people's house. I got invited to
What
like
happened to you
7
coming to Atlanta?
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
No, girl, I'm coming for Christmas.
Oh, I thought you was coming because Ariana had a baby and all that.
Hmm.
Yeah, Draco is a great uncle.
I'm a great uncle, literally and figuratively. Like I'm a great uncle to my nieces and nephews, but I'm also an actual great uncle. Like my niece had a baby.
Yeah, that's
Um,
so crazy.
but unfortunately, the niece didn't come with a wad of money, so she can't fly me out to see her.
Oh,
So
that's why we need that generational wealth. She supposed to have been born a
yeah,
millionaire. What's wrong with
and
you? She
that's
ain't got no LLC.
and this is why I have to up the skull on myself because it's not giving.
I'm excited for you to be working with your agency for real. For real. That's exciting. So now, what happens next? Do they just find bookings for you, or what do you do?
They asked me to send more photos, which is discouraging because I showed them my whole website. Um, yeah, that was kind of discouraging for me. Because I'm like, what else do I have? I'm trying.
All your yeah. Well,
I do
are all
have
your pictures
other
on your
stuff,
website?
but I just have to. I have like magazine stuff, but they didn't want the pictures of somebody who I work with because of the lashes. They were like, "Do you always use these type of lashes?" Like that, Loki was about to not get me a job with them because they were like, "Do you always use these lashes?" And I'm like, "No, those are lash extensions, and that's how she wears her lashes." And it's like, "Oh, okay, we have that problem with clients sometimes." Blah, blah, blah. And in my head, I'm like,
Dang, not the
"Let
lashes.
me tell you something." I've had to tweak and unlearn so much stuff when it comes to the beauty industry moving here because in the South, I don't think people realize like we have pageant culture from in the South. So like people love glam, they love big hair, a lot of hair. Like I remember when Amaya first popped out, she was putting 10 bundles in her head. 10.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's normal. Out here, they put a three in. You get 3 bundles. They
Yeah.
want a thin, it's So I've had to tweak a lot of stuff, especially the lashes. That's a big thing because the lashes are so small now that I use compared to what I've been doing
Mm-mm,
before.
I need big ghetto caterpillar on my eyes, but I get it. I'm
And
also
I
on the South
love
Side.
it. I love that sometimes, but I mean, just to kind of get the work that I want, I don't buy those anymore. I do have a little few pack of minks just
Send
in
them to
case of
me.
that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
have people that live here for like from like Miami and stuff that I do, and they want that. They want to feel a little
Yeah.
bit. Even
I mean, when
them,
I think about it, I don't feel like Jennifer Hudson ever had like caterpillar eyelashes.
yeah. Let me just send you the agency page so you can just get into the
I've been
information.
on it. You sent it to me, Pooh. We talked about it. It's okay. Send it again, Pooh Pooh.
Oh,
You
okay.
proud?
I'm saying I was just sending it so you can just see what type of people they do.
I know it's okay. But no, that's what's up. I'm excited. Well, why you feel discouraged? You just feel like you don't think that
I
you
don't
sent them the
have no
pictures they
more
looking for.
pictures. What I'm gonna send
Yeah.
her? So it's
All
like
these years, you ain't got no more pictures.
that stuff. Oh, like I don't even do makeup like that no more.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
And like the cyber stuff that they have on their page, like I will honestly, I'm just gonna have to do some more shoots. That's all. I'm gonna just have to set them up. 'Cause,
Yeah, and maybe take in some people just to do them, or what you think?
yeah, just like literally just like do TFP shoots. TFP is trade for print. So just find a model
Yeah.
that will work for the photos and we can just go from there.
Honestly, the makeup look better when the lash is not that big.
It does. You can see everything. It doesn't. I
Yeah,
feel like the lash is always like a focal point to me.
but I'ma still wear them.
Do you boo? It ain't no rules to makeup.
Well,
That's why they make them. They make them for you to wear them. So shit,
yeah.
you know.
It's okay. I get it. I'm an ATL girl. But I ain't got nothing going on. I always cook for myself on Thanksgiving and then I go to my family house. So that's what's going on. I made my sweet potato pies today. I made my cookies that I'm gonna like bring with me to their house. I'm making salmon. I don't know normally have seafood on Thanksgiving, but it was gonna be a vegetarian Thanksgiving otherwise.
Mm.
Work is tough, but I'm getting through it. Today was my 90th day with my job, and I think I've accomplished a good amount of stuff. But I'm not
Come
super
on, 90
confident yet.
days. So you finna find another one because you know you.
No, oh no, I really like them, and I like what I'm doing. It's just tough. So it's okay. It's okay. I'm a smart girl. My Christmas cards are probably going out this week. I'm not buying any Christmas gifts this year. Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. Except for my niece and nephews. And then that's pretty much it. So life is just regular. I'm preparing to move. My HOA is going up again with the amount of that I pay. Now I don't have a problem with HOA. I'm here for it, but we had an increase like 6 months ago, and now we're having another one, and it's chipping away what I would make if I rented this place out. So I'm just gonna sell it and just pocket the money and keep it pushing.
Yeah. Mm.
But yeah, but all right, y'all. Hopefully we get another episode next week.
Yeah, we should. I
But
mean, I have been busy, and as you see, I done quickly, picked up some stuff. But it is holiday season, so it always is usually slow. But I'm also in a different city, so it's different. I don't know. Maybe not.
it's all good. We'll see y'all when we see y'all. Bye.